You get mad at a job, so you quit the job. And then you realize that you live in a location where jobs is scarce. So now you can't find another job. Now you're worried to death that you're about gonna end up homeless. Can't pay your rent, can't pay your house note. You know you ain't got nobody, once again, that's got your back. So that means you got to figure out a way to work this thing out. All of these situations that we find ourselves in, a lot of times it's because we helped ourselves get into those types of situations. Still see it right there. You gotta go up the ladder right there. I was like, you told me about the ladder before we got on the elevator. So I decided that I would spread a little love and happiness today. So it won't be your regular video that I normally bring to you on this channel each and every week. So I suggest if it's not something that you know you want to hear, go ahead on and click off and just allow more room and more space for the people who have open minds and room to take in all of the love that I have to give. Leave space for them so that they can be able to grasp everything I'm about to say. We don't need a crowded room, and half the room is people who don't care to see it. All right. So with that being said, of course, as you guys can see, yeah, I am still on road trip. All right. So that means I have plenty of time to talk. And first off, let me tell you, in case you are wondering what is happening and why you can hear so much that's going on around me, even though my windows are up and all of that, I am climbing a lot. The elevation gets higher and higher as I go because of the area that I'm headed to. I have a vinyl top on my car so it doesn't lock all of the sound out from outside. When you turn on a microphone and attempt to talk in the car, it like picks up this rumble really, really loud the faster that you're going. So the topic for today is going to be, whatever you're going through is not your conclusion. Whatever you have going on in your life that's bad, that has you stumped, that has you thinking that you have no way out, whatever you're going through that has you feeling like tomorrow can't get any worse than today because today I am in a fix. Whatever sadness you have that has you burdened down until you probably can't get out of bed. You may not be able to leave your house. You may not want to be around people, period. Whatever you have going on that may keep you crying and praying for something better to happen, it is not your conclusion unless you make it be. I've been around a long time. At least to me I have. And with the time that I've been around, I've been through some things. I've had some ups, and of course, I've had some downs. When I was down, I was all the way down. I can't even explain to you how deep of a hole that I have been in on more than one or two occasions. And I have had to fight my way back. All of us don't have a support system. All of us don't have people who are out here who are going to make sure that we're okay. All of us don't have someone who will get on the road and travel out like what I'm doing now to make sure that somebody else is okay. Everybody don't have folks to have their back. Everybody don't. And that means with anything you got going on, mentally, financially, you have children who are small. You have kids that you need to take care of. You don't have nobody to help you. But your money's so low and you can't afford childcare. You gotta go to work, you need gas. But your money is so low, you're paycheck to paycheck. So you're having to ask people for gas money. I've had to do that way back in the day. And I can tell you that it was not a good feeling. Especially when you ask people who you know they got a little bit. They can help you out. And they shoot you change. So now what you doing? In order to make sure that you can get back and forth to work so that you don't stress and strain. Now you got to ask somebody else. And the demeaning feeling that you have, the embarrassing feeling that you have, that overwhelming sadness that it causes when you need stuff and there's nobody there you can call on. Yeah. And I've been through all of those situations, the situations where you don't have no credit, huh? There's no credit, so you can't go somewhere and get a loan. I've been through all of that. But that was not my conclusion. Okay now, because I decided that was not going to be my conclusion. It wasn't. When my money was low, and I had children, and I had things I needed to do, let me tell you something. To have to ask people and family, ooh-wee, family is the worst of the worst. To ask family to watch your children for you, especially when they don't have none. When they don't have no kids, to ask them to watch your kids, You get lucky with a few family members, all right? Because I'm not going to say that. Don't let me downplay that. I had two main ones who would most definitely watch my children and had my back. But I had to be within the vicinity in order for her to do so. Most of the time, I was not. Therefore, I had to take it upon myself to just, suck it up and admit that I got to let some stranger somewhere, that I don't know. That includes daycare. But I couldn't afford daycare at times. So I had to let some stranger who keeps kids watch my child. Hey, can you imagine the stress and the worry that would be on my chest every night when I would be at work? Knowing that my kid is somewhere and I'm wondering, are they okay? And, little children, they can't tell you much. So when you go pick them up, you're like, how's your day? How was your night? Okay. Man, when I tell you, it is just insane the types of things that we have to deal with. Your conclusion is what you make it most times, because we can get caught up in some stuff. And when we do get caught up in some stuff, it can be hard sometimes, real hard, to dig our way out. But no matter what situation we're in, we also need to come to grips of what we did to play a role in it. Main thing you got to do, and this is always going to be the key now. This is always the key. Take ownership to what role you might have played in even finding yourself in that situation. I have never been one to blame people, just blaming folks. Oh, my life was horrible. He made my life miserable. Oh my God, I hate him. Oh my God. No. What did you do to even end up there? How did you end up there? Somebody told you don't do it. Your mind somewhere told you whatever you were doing to end up in that situation, don't do it. How did you end up with all of these children and gotta pay people to watch your kids? Okay. How did that happen? Somebody somewhere told you keep your legs closed. All right. That's what I mean. I ain't trying to, let me don't want to step on the wrong toes, because I don't need nobody coming for me in the comment section. I just like to be a realist of what's going on. You know what I'm saying? A realist of what's going on. Mad at a job somewhere and don't want to have to deal with this job somewhere because of a supervisor or somebody who probably gonna get fired in the long run anyway. And then you find yourself done quit. Now you looking for something else, and the next job you get is worse than the one you had. Now you ain't even getting paid enough. You love your co-workers, you love your surroundings, but now you ain't getting paid enough. Now you're crying check to check. You get mad at a job and you quit a job. Because, as young people, I'm calling all of this out because I've been there too, okay? You get mad at a job, so you quit the job. All right. And then you realize that you live in a location where jobs is scarce. So now you can't find another job. Now you're worried to death that you're about going to end up homeless. Can't pay your rent, can't pay your house note. You know you ain't got nobody, once again, that's got your back. Okay, so you ain't got nobody got your back, so that means you got to figure out a way to work this thing out. All of these situations that we find ourselves in, a lot of time it's because we helped ourselves get into those types of situations. So we can't blame people. We just can't be blaming people, because at the end of the day, we live our own lives. And it is what it is on that. But to say that what you got going on right now, no matter what it is, you writing yourself off. You're saying, I can't keep going. Life's too bad. I can't keep going. I'm in a situation. I can't get out of it. A lot of people go through so many different things with jobs and all of that. They live in a different towns, can't get out of town, can't move, because they really can't even afford it. If you can't decide that I'm going to do something else for myself because you live in a location where you can't do that. You live in a location where you can't even find work that you want to do. You live in one of them locations where people pick up jobs and they stay at those jobs until they retire. Therefore, the wait list is long because nobody's getting in. So you got to travel miles and miles somewhere to work somewhere on a job that's barely paying you. What difference does it matter how cheap stuff is if you still can't even afford to live? That makes no sense to me. So I've been trying to get people to tell me what exactly it is that they're trying to get at when they say, I could never live in LA. I could never move to California because California is expensive. How much you pay for rent? I can't pay rent that costs that much. Ooh, girl, you got to be crazy to be paying that type of rent. I got a 3-bedroom house, 2.5 baths, a garage that holds 2 cars. I'm barely paying $750 a month. But you check the check, you struggling, you barely can pay your bills. You need food stamps, but they won't give them to you because according to them, you do make just enough. You make just enough right above the level. So they ain't gonna give you no help. Your family ain't got your back. You're struggling. Make that make sense for me. If you need to move. You got somewhere you need to be in order to make life better for you, move. To move somewhere, all it takes is for you to call and try to see about finding you a place to stay. That's what it takes. And moving to these cities, you don't even have to move directly to no apartment or nothing. No, you don't. You gotta do that. You can do Airbnb, of course. You can do rent.com, where you can just rent a room in somebody else's crib, rent a room in people's apartments. You can rent, what do you call them? Guest houses in the back of people's homes. On rent.com, you can do sublet leasing, sublet.com. That's how I got my place. My place was a sublet at first. Sublet. Yeah. Fill your tank up. Save up you enough money if you got a house load of stuff. Put it in a U-Haul so that you can have a U-Haul if you need one. Or sell all your stuff if you don't want to do that. Now that's going to give you a kick too. Sell everything you can so you don't have to take all of that mess with you. I ain't sell my stuff. I packed up everything in a U-Haul. Hit the freeway. Got here, put it all in a storage until I got my spot. Main thing I had to have was U-Haul money, gas money to get here. Where there is a will, there most definitely is a way. But to say that what you got going on is your conclusion, and I'm just going to just say this is what it's going to be, and I'm just, I'm fixed in it. It's okay. It's okay. I have accepted it. This is how I'm going to live. This is how my life is going to be. I'm going to call bull on that. Because I know that everybody who's watching this video, everybody watched it because of the title. Because you know that deep in your heart that your circumstances are not your conclusion. And you're just looking for a way out. A lot of people are looking for someone to say, it's okay to get out here and change your world. A lot of people are looking for someone to say, give them a boost and say, yeah, if I was you, I'd do it. If I was you, I'd do it. Well, you know what? A lot of you guys don't have a support system, because I know I didn't. So I'm going to be your support system right now, today. And I'm going to tell you right now, today, it is okay to get out and do it. You want to do what? You want to move in order to make your life better? Boy, yeah. Come up with a plan. Boy, yeah. Come up with a plan and move, bruh. Move, bruh. You want to do what? Girl, yeah. Do what you got to do. Mm-hmm. Well, if you got to work 2 jobs, work 2. I worked 2. I've worked 3 before. Do what you got to do to make sure you get that money up. Go on ahead and bite that bullet and bite your tongue and just, bite your lip and go on ahead and ask that person who you know you hate to ask to watch your children so that you can save up that money and get out of there. Ooh. Y'all know what to do. Like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, because I could go on and on and on and on and on with this one. So many different topics on one video. And that's only because I'm riding by myself. And right now, y'all my only friend. Y'all the only friends I got.